one of the things I've always admired about how you approach authenticity is, for you, as someone who, you approach life very much from the inside out, but you're very good, and I think this is where people struggle, you're very good at being aware and observing of what's around you, taking in the information, and then making a choice from that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm at a point where I can truly understand that. But honestly, as I look back, I feel like you've been doing that since we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's truly a gift in the way that you approach it. And Amber and I were chatting a little bit about how it can be confusing for people to learn how to take in information from outside of self and not make it be their identity.
There's a non-attachment to just what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are some of the things that, if you're willing to share, just kind of diving into that, like what are some of the things that you use that really could help someone? And I'm honestly asking you as a brother here too. There's always room for improvement on my end.
Mm-hmm. I want to answer, and can we throw out an example too, because I think it'll help me illustrate.
Absolutely.
So we're really talking about then, how is one able to experience without creating attachments to things? But how is one able to experience and navigate life in the ever-changing now, and whatever that is called forth, with grace and with effectiveness, without getting tangled up in what in many spiritual traditions they call karma, or like attachments, bondages, or actions that are creating ripples of back. Is that the question effectively?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think the real truth is I created that kind of stuff for most of my life. and I think that in the suffering and ripples that came from that are like purifying, because you're able to be with whatever you create, and all the attachments, the stuff that creates those little pains in your ego, your identity, you don't feel good enough, or whatever those things that you have attached to. Like when you're able to begin this spiritual process of, first starts is I don't know how it happens for everyone instantly, but you wake up and you realize that you are not those attachments, but there are these attachments that have been made in past impressions that can be kind of like strong and need to be healed and released. It's a dedication to the way to burn those attachments is effectively being loving presence, like being in the heart of your awareness and your goodness and your authentic expression, like the center of your being, the kind of place you can find in deep meditation, deep prayer, like the place that you may even practice going to and experiencing that, the stillness in the center of your being that is like loving and deep. Like the practice of doing those meditative things every day is good, because it can cultivate that experience is more easily created in every day. And then it's a practice. It's almost like both this life experience is following the thread of our authentic desire as it takes us on this adventure, one, and then two, cultivating along the way this loving presence that is able to be with whatever comes up and heal it. And I think a couple things that are very practical is to start always telling the truth, to start always telling the truth, so that you can base your expressions on what you experience is true. So no more deception and creation of language. And if it does come, lots of daily forgiveness and course correction. You know, I think like the spiritual, and this is funny what it says, the spiritual path that we're walking to raise our consciousness and more fully experience the beauty and all the, like, whatever doesn't need to be put onto words is so much like the path of being healthy and like managing a nutrition and exercise sleep routine that keeps your body healthy, in that it requires energy management and like oftentimes these gentle course corrections until like these movements and these drifts become just your way of being. Like you become in that sense more perfect. And yeah, man, it's a path. I think I still probably create some ripples here or there, but it's really been shockingly amazing how I can experience what my state of mind and awareness and consciousness was like maybe 5 years ago to now, in a very short period of time, maybe even 2-3 years to now. Like, man, the amount of possibilities of this stuff is just profound. And I also have the humility to know that what I'm experiencing right now as awareness is only one possibility of even deeper amazing things.